So we have been reporting on how this coronavirus pandemic has really sort of changed everyday life all over the world. It's certainly made it very difficult to get a good haircut. We've seen a lot of homemade jobs that are not so good, right, Vlad? We have Chris Livesay. He's in Rome, and he takes a closer look at just what barbershops are looking like now in the era of the coronavirus.
Throughout the lockdown, much of daily life has come to a screeching halt. But try telling that to your growing hair.
You do cut a very handsome leonine profile with your hair.
Something we've all struggled with at CBS. Well, almost all of us.
I've noticed cut your own hair at home searches are rising on Google, but forget the scissors. Bald is beautiful, as our Vlad Dutier shows every single day.
By the way, Vlad, if you grow your hair out, I'll shave my head.
All right, looking forward to that.
Now the Italian health ministry. As for me, I've been in desperate need of a trim here in Rome.
Hairdressers has been closed this entire time, as I'm sure you can tell.
Italy has been under strict nationwide stay-at-home orders longer than any other country in the world. But as the country slowly leaves its sickbed, sitting in this chair is no longer a crime if new safety guidelines are followed. So the moment after I filed this live at the Vatican,
Just in time for summer vacations. Gail?
I rushed to see Antonio for the first time in 3 months.
You're a very brave man.
Antonio, a brave man, and me, a new one. Chris Livesay, CBS News, Rome.
I've actually had a couple of moments where I've trimmed what I've got up top here, Anne-Marie. So, I've always had clippers in the house. So I know that people were freaking out when we all went on lockdown and they couldn't get to their barbershops, but I've always sort of taken care of my own. But I got lazy working from home every day, so I just started letting it grow. And then you saw the comments that were made by our colleagues over at CBS this morning. The whole business of hair and changing your hairstyle or cutting your hair or coloring your hair or getting a tattoo or growing a beard, all that, there is actually some psychology to it. I spoke to Dr. Sue Varma about this for a piece I did on CBS this morning that you can find, our audience can find on CBSNews.com. But there is a little bit of science into trying to control. You know this, Anne-Marie, when everything around you seems uncontrollable, when everything around you seems in turmoil, the way you can exert a little bit of control in your life and bring some contentment to yourself is by doing something that you choose to do, and that could be as simple as just cutting your hair or coloring it a different color.
Yes, that's a really good point. I can totally understand the psychology of that all. I have been eyeing my husband's hair, and we too have clippers here, but I value my marriage, and I know if I was to sort of get in there and do a little work, a little trimming, it may end badly for us all. So I'm staying away from the clippers.
That's funny.